Hey guys, this is Rishendra. Last time we learned about large language models, and today we will start prompt engineering. So, prompt engineering is the process of designing, structuring, and improving instructions called prompts given to large language models like ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini to get more accurate, relevant, and useful outputs. So, prompt engineering is like uh, is like a skill of communicating effectively with AI models. So since large language models and natural language, the way we write our instructions directly affects the quality of the response. So, for example, if you give something like a simple prompt, like explain machine learning, so it may give a general answer. But if you make it better, like you could say instead of like just explain machine learning, you could write like explain machine learning concepts to a beginner using real world examples. So that will like produce a more structured and a useful answer. So the importance of prompt engineering. So prompt engineering is important because LLMs do not think like humans. So they predict responses based on the patterns learned from huge amounts of data. So a well-designed prompt helps the models to understand what task needs to be completed, what information is important, and what format the answer should have, and who the target audience is, and what limitations or rules should be followed. So, and the benefits of prompt engineering. So, first one is better accuracy. So, a clear prompt reduces misunderstandings and improves the correctness of the response. So, for example, a poor prompt will be like write code for a website. Uh, Whereas, like, if you could make it better by adding, by um, replacing it with like create a responsive login page using React and Python with email validation and explain each component. So there's a difference between the prompts that you write. So the better the prompt, the better accuracy uh, the prompt engineering has. Next is better control over output. So prompt engineering will allows us to um, control the length, style, format, tone, and the level of difficulty. So, example, you can write a single prompt in different ways. So, for example, you could write it as explain neural networks like I'm a beginner, or maybe explain neural networks at a graduate computer science level. So the same AI model can produce completely different responses. Next is, and the last one is improved productivity. So instead of manually writing everything, Prompt engineering helps AI assist with the programming, data analysis, documentation, research, content creation, and learning new topics. Next topic is basic components of a prompt. So, a good prompt usually contains several important parts. So, for example, important parts. So, the first part is instruction. So, the instruction tells the AI what task to perform. So, for example, in an prompt, where like summarize this article. So, the instruction here is summarize. So, you are telling the AI to summarize the article that you have uploaded into the prompt. Next part is context. So, context provides background information. So, for example, uh, so explain databases. So that is like explain databases. So that is like without context. So it's just explain databases and there's nothing specific. So, but with context, you could write it like explain databases to a beginner computer science student who knows Python. So here, like the second prompt gives the model more information. And next component is input data. So input data is the information the model needs to process. So for example, analyze this customer review. You could say like analyze this customer review. The product quality is good, but the shipping was slow. So the here like the review part is the input data, and next is the output format. And output format tells the model how to structure the answer. So here the examples will be like you could tell the AI to give the answer in a table, or maybe like provide Python code with comments, or maybe you could say explain this topic using bullet points. So there are different types of output format that you could write. Next is last component is constraints. So constraints they define the limitation. So for example, you could say like explain this topic in less than 100 words, or maybe you could say use only Python libraries, or you could tell it like do not use advanced mathematical formulas. So there are different stages, like how like you could set the limitations the for the AI. So you could set various limitations like using only 200 words, or maybe using only Python libraries, or like not explaining this using advanced mathematical formulas. So there are differences. So next is the types of prompts. So and the first one is zero shot prompting. So zero shot prompting means asking the model to complete a task without giving examples. So it's like the model relies only on the existing knowledge. So, for example, if you give a prompt like translate this sentence into French, uh, and you give the sentence, "Hello, how are you?" So the model performs the task without examples. And the advantages like it's simple, fast, and useful for common tasks. But the disadvantages are it may fail on complex tasks and it has less control over the output. Next, the second one is one-shot prompting. So one-shot prompting provides one example before asking the model to perform a task. For example, if you give the input as a happy, then the output will be like a positive sentiment. And if you give like now classify the movie was terrible. So the example teaches the model the expected format. And the last one is few shot prompting. So few shot prompting provides multiple examples. So you could give the examples like, for example, one you can give like um, input is like I love this phone, and the output is positive. And you, for example, two, you could give input the battery is poor, and the output like in uh, negative. So now you, after the two examples, you will tell the AI to classify the sentence, and you will give the input as the camera quality is amazing. So here, what happens here is the model learns the patterns from examples you have given. So the more examples you give, the quickly it learns the pattern about how you want your answers to be written. And the advantages of few shot prompting is like it improves accuracy and helps with specialized tasks. And it also provides consistent formatting. Next is a prompt engineering technique. And the first one is role-based prompting. So role-based prompting gives AI a specific identity or expertise. So for example, you could tell AI to act as a senior Python developer and review this code. So the what happens is the AI adjusts um, it responses based on the role that you gave to it. So you could also tell it to act as a data scientist, or maybe act as a professor, or maybe act as a uh, grocery interviewer. Like you could tell AI to do act as various things. Next is instruction prompting. The instruction prompting clearly explains what the AI should do. So, for example, you could tell the AI like create a Python program that reads CSV files, clean missing values, and generates visualizations. So here, like the good instructions include the action, the requirements, and the expected results. So here the action is like you're telling the AI to create a Python program. And here you gave the requirements like you gave the requirements such as that reads CSV files, cleans missing values, and generates visualizations. So the expected result should be like you will get a Python program that reads CSV files, cleans missing values, and generates visualizations. So, uh, so it's like clearly explains what the AI should do. Next one is contextual prompting. So contextual prompting gives additional background. So for example, instead of create a resume, you can use create a resume for a computer science graduate applying for a uh, entry level AI engineering roles. So here you instead of just like create a resume which is like boring and dull, you could um, specify the specify the AI to create a resume for computer science graduate applying for entry level AI engineering roles. Next is a chain of thought prompting. So, chain of thought prompting encourages the model to solve problems step by step. So, for example, you could tell the model to solve this math problem step by step. So, here the chain of thought prompting uh, helps with like mathematics, logical reasoning, and complex analysis. So here, however, the internal reasoning process is not always sure. So here, a model may provide a concise explanation or a summary of reasoning instead. The next one is self-consistency prompting. So self-consistency prompting improves reliability by generating multiple possible situations and selecting the most consistent answer. So, for example, so for a difficult reasoning problem, um, you will tell like generate several solutions, compare results, and select the most common answer. So here, by generating multiple several solutions and comparing them, the AI it gives you the best answer among all those solutions that you generated. Next one. And the last one is React prompting. So here, React prompting combines reasoning with actions. So it allows the AI system to think about the problem, take actions, observe results, and also continue solving. So, for example, the AI assistant understands user requests, search information, analyze results, and provides a final response. So, and it's used in like AI agents, research assistants, and automation systems. So here, they it all. So here, it's all about like the reason plus the action for the mm, in a action in a single prompt that you are giving to the AI. So yeah, that's it for today, and there's still like seven more topics left in prompt engineering. So um, I'll see you again. So that's it for today, and I'll see you again tomorrow. So Yep. Thank you all and um, bye.